Hi, I'm Holly Pike. If you'd like a trial of the Generation software that I use for digitizing, please visit trygenerations.com. This video is a recording of a live video I did for my previous students. You may hear references to You Can Digitize or YCD. That's my old website that is now closed. My new website is digitizingschool.com. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And as I was looking for artwork to digitize today, I found some that I thought was kind of neat, but I didn't want to do it exactly the way the artwork was because it looked kind of, well, boring. So I decided to do something a little bit different, not hard, just a little different. And I got to thinking that maybe there's a lot of you out there that think you have to do things exactly as the artwork, exactly the colors of the artwork and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, well, we'll just do this in a webinar and I'll show you my thought process for how I went about doing the design, because some of you might want to just give this a try. It's nothing complex, but I thought it was interesting and it's something that you just may be interested in. Okay, so that said, here's the design I did. Now you say, well, it looks just like a redwork design. Yeah, it does, but let me show you how the artwork started. I made it to fit the 4x4 hoop. This is how the artwork started. All one color. And I thought to myself, well, I like the artwork, but it just is kind of boring, all one color. So how could I do this so that it was just a little more interesting? So what I would recommend you do is that you print the artwork. Print the artwork on your printer. And then I went and used my Ultimate Pen and I said, well, how would I like to do this? Well, let's see. This looks kind of weird here, so I'm gonna do all of this down to there, and then I'm going to do all of this to there in red, and then I'm going to just connect these something like that. And then I said, then I'll take the blue and just do this side, all of this. I'm going to go kind of fast so that I'm not taking a lot of time. All of this down to here. And then I copied and pasted and flipped it with this icon right here and moved it into position over here. Then I said, okay, now let's go ahead and do the green, and let's do that. So I kind of went through and I planned it like this to figure out what I wanted to do. But now I've got a problem because I want these to be merged. So I just went like that, copied and pasted it, matched this up so that it did all of this. I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually do it so that you can see it. Then I went and took my other blue and did that. And stopped right there. So I kind of planned it out with my pencils, and then I went ahead and digitized it. When I got to here, I made my circle. I just made an area, and then I turned it into a spiral with a double run outline. And just put them up against that. Not hard, but it looks so different than just the red work. More interesting, makes it a little more fun. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this, and I'll actually show you how I did it, and I'm going to leave this other one right next to it so you can see how I started and how I ended. And you can use any colors you want. That's the fun part. You can, if you like to do it in pastels, you can do it in pastels. If you want to do it in bright colors and black and whites or grays, you could do that. It doesn't matter. You can have all the fun you want with it. I'll still take it up to 400, and I'll come down here. You see how I did this down here? I did it a little bit differently. So I might even do it different again. I don't know. I'll take my line tool, and I'm going to start right there. And really, this is truthfully just red work. Just like that. So you can see that same part done. I'll take these two pieces, view outline icon, right click and merge. So now those are done. Go back up to 400, and I know I've already made my plan, but I can always change my plan. I can always change my plan. Let's go over and let's take purple. I don't know if I did it in purple or not. And let's change our plan a little bit. I'm going to start right on top of this line. The thing I do is I try to look for things that I can copy and paste and kind of flip over. I'm only going to do this once because I can copy and paste this. These are all what I call symmetrical. I'll stop right there. It's all one piece. So now I'll hit escape. I'll go to copy and paste. It pastes right on top, and then I'll hit mirror image. I'll hold my control key and drag that. Well, it's not working tonight, but that's okay. Generally, if you hold your control key, it keeps it all in line. Now, you can see right here it doesn't quite line up. I'll use the arrow keys on my computer to line it up and down. Then I'll select this one and line it up and generate my stitches. But they're not touching, and I don't have anywhere to make them touch. So let's look over here. Did I touch them? I did not. So I have two pieces. So now I want to check my ins and outs. I'm going to go in here and out there. This is a little tiny jump, so let's see where it goes in. Well, I think I'm going to have it go in about there, because I want to make sure I have enough room from here to where I go in next for the machine to cut that jump. If the distance from your out to your in is less than the tolerance in your sewing machine, mine only goes down to about 5 millimeters, it won't cut, it'll jump. I don't care what you do in your film strip, it'll jump. And then you'll have to be getting your scissors under those teeny weeny little areas. So in other words, if I had went out here and in right here, that little bitty space there would have been hard to cut. So I'll change my in, if I can get it selected, down here, and then come out right there where I want to come up again. Okay, and that's good. So now I'll go over and I'll grab a green. This one works. And I'll start right here. Now notice I started this side first, and then I did this side. I'm still on this side. I started right there. curves don't like to work in the webinar. Now I'm going quickly, so you take your time when you do this. Now here's where I made the one change. I came up and did that. Okay. Now I'll copy and paste, mirror image. It's on top now. And then bring it over here and match it up. You can always move it up or down with your arrow keys to make it exactly the way you want it. I'll generate my stitch. And now these guys I want to merge because they touch. So I'll select both of them. Go to View Outline Icon. Right click on the gray, merge, and generate. And now they're one piece. So you just kind of have to plan it a little bit. And now I'll take the blue, and I made another change over here. If you look at what I did with the blue, I started the blue up here and just came down like that. Just going to start it right at the top and just follow it right along like that. Just use your backspace if you make a mistake. Right to there. Oops, it didn't turn blue. Okay, so now it's blue. I'll copy and paste. It's on top of each other and rotate. Now I'll left click and drag this guy right over here so you can see everything kind of line up. Again, use your space keys, your little keys to move them. Generate. And I tend to try and stop one color and start a new color where there's a point. It just tends to be a little smoother that way. If you do it where there is a curve, it doesn't blend as well. But on the point, they just kind of tend to all blend in together. You see? Like right here, there's a point. When that stitches, one will be on top of the other. And it'll look like it was supposed to be that way. Now here's where I make a little change in the artwork. I knew that I wanted to do the balls with the spiral and the outline, so I started right there. And just made a little point. I'm going to stop right there. And you see why I'm stopping, because the pieces are identical. So now again, I can copy and paste, mirror image it, left click and drag it over. If you don't like the lineup, you can change it. Select them, the outline icon, right click and merge. It's redwork, it's just a little different. It's just a little different. So you can do this with any redwork if you want it to be multi-line. You just have to pay attention to where your lines connect. Now I'm just going to make a circle. Escape, move my circle in place. I'll change it to yellow or gold. And now I'm going to make it a spiral. I happen to have a border turned on, so I'm going to turn that off. Oops. And I want to change my density. That's not tight enough for me. So we'll say 0.7. That feels better. Now I'll go to View Outline Icon, right click, create an outline from area edges with a double run. And I do a double run because the spiral it spirals out and then it spirals in, or it spirals in and then out, either way. So it's a double run and generate. And there it is down here. And they're attached. They're connected to each other. So now I select them both, copy and paste, drag it up there, copy and paste, drag it down there, generate my stitches, and there's our design, except for we want to check our ins and outs. So let's make this bigger to fill the screen. I usually put my finger on the screen to see where my out is. And my in is good. Out is right there. So far, so good. Out is up there. Out is down here. Everything looks good. So see, you could take any piece of red work and make it into a multi-line and make it just a little bit more fun than it was when you started. Just like you could take any piece of multi-line, multi-color red work and make it all red work. But I would print it and then use colored pencils or colored pens and plan out where you want to go and then follow your map as you digitize and as you work.
Hi, I'm Larry. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was recorded during a live webinar that Holly taught some of her students for digitizing. At this point, she's finished the lesson that she had planned to teach, and for the next 20 or 30 minutes, probably, she'll go on and answer random questions from her students during the live webinar. I'm going to cut those off, and I'm going to take those and turn them into little video shorts to put here on our YouTube channel later. But for now, you've got this lesson, and if you enjoyed it, learned something, please give it a thumbs up. That helps our rankings with YouTube. Also, if you'd like a copy of the software that Holly's using so that you can digitize along with her, we can get you a 30-day trial that's fully functional if you just go to www.trygenerations.com, www.trygenerations.com, and we'll give you all the details there. Thanks for watching.